So I know I said we were done with sponsored videos, but we have one more from CES. This is from LG, where we're going to walk you through their range of new products. It just took a little longer to get through their review process. So with that said, here's Sierra with what they've got.
Here I am with one of my favorite laptops, the LG Gram Pro 17, that I, of course, brought to CES with me. LG is actually sponsoring this video, so I can go over how all of their new Grams are being updated this year with both hardware and design changes. If you want to see our full review when that drops, make sure to get subscribed with the notification bell on. Let's start with the main attraction, the Gram Pro line. This is a line of laptops that's super lightweight while providing good performance and large screens. This is a pretty unique combination in the laptop space, and LG does it very well. There's a reason the Gram is one of the main laptops I use. Their updated 2026 design looks super sleek, too. Some of them are being updated with a new material LG is calling aerominum, which is a magnesium-aluminum alloy that feels much more metallic and premium than prior years, while still being lightweight. Some people like Josh felt that the prior Grams could feel plasticky due to its material, so we think this is a step forward in that regard. We both had the opportunity to feel it in person, and it really does feel more premium and well-built than the one I'm currently using. There seems to be less give to the lid and less flex overall. They somehow managed to make it lighter, too. They said one of the goals with this new material was also durability. LG told us they've passed military standard testing and improved scratch resistance, which is nice to see. Aesthetically, Josh and I noticed that the lids on the silver and bronze models had an attractive finish to them that looks like brushed metal. As far as specs go, there will be a variety of different SKUs available in both the 16 and 17-inch form factor, being updated with primarily Intel's new Panther Lake CPUs. Performance varies among these new CPUs, so you can really pick whichever config fits your use case best. They will have options both with and without the new 12-core B390 GPU that provides very strong integrated graphics. As we've said in our other videos, we expect it to perform like a lower-end dedicated RTX 4050. Those highest-end Panther Lake chips will make these laptops a lot more compelling for creators or light gamers who need good performance but don't want the heat and fan noise that comes with a dedicated GPU. LG says their Mega Dual cooling fan solution is meant to help with the heat as well, even in the versions with a dedicated GPU. If you do prefer to have an NVIDIA GPU, like I often do for reviewing our videos in Premiere Pro, there will continue to be a 17-inch version with a 5050. That one also has a larger 90 watt-hour battery than the 77 watt-hour one in the other versions, which makes sense as it has bigger components to power. That being said, it would be nice to see a 90 watt-hour in all of them for even longer battery life. The 16-inch version is going to have an AMD Gorgon Point version 2, which means you have the option of the updated 400 series CPUs from AMD's newest line. Another update is that there will be a 16-inch 2880 by 1800 OLED version of the Pro, which looked really nice in person. This is a higher resolution, higher contrast panel than the 2560 by 1600 LCD one in most of their models. The only other specs I haven't gone over so far is the fact that all of the Intel versions of the LG Gram Pro have two M.2 SSD slots, which means you can upgrade the storage beyond what it comes packaged with. For those of you on a smaller budget, since we know the Grams can get pretty pricey, they have a more mid-range offering called the LG Gram Book. Its screen has been increased from 15 to 16 inches this year for a minimal increase in weight, around 150 grams. For specs, it can come with either Intel's older Arrow Lake or AMD's updated Gorgon Point. Performance will still be solid with those CPU choices, just not as strong on the graphics side of things. Although we'll have to get one in to test before knowing that for sure. One of the other features LG told me about when I was there was this thing called LG Gram Link, where you can share your screen and files across devices. It works with Android, iOS, or smart devices like TVs and monitors, which sounds pretty useful. I'll have to get that set up on mine soon. Alright, since LG has a smaller lineup of products than most other manufacturers, also known as keeping things simple for consumers, I'm going to talk about what I like so much about the current Gram and why I brought it to CES with me. Ask anyone in the office. It's rare that you see me pick up a large screen laptop. Some other favorites of mine have been the Asus ProArt PX13 and the HP OmniBook 7 Aero, which are both 13-inch laptops. So why am I bringing a 17-inch with me on a trip? Well, one of the things I'm the pickiest about is how portable a laptop is. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of it being a laptop, right? I want to be able to carry it around in a backpack, use it on my lap, carry it around the office, and so on. The Gram does this beautifully, but I don't have to compromise on screen size, which is a major pet peeve of mine on the 13-inch ones. Seriously, the Gram weighs less than some 14-inch laptops, and I'm sure we have an old graph showing that somewhere. This is great because the 13-inch screens just aren't big enough to use our crazy Excel sheets at all. Even with the higher resolution, I find myself struggling with one window, much less the 2 or 3 I'd prefer having open at once. With the Gram, I can still look at our giant benchmark sheet with hundreds of rows and make graphs out of them without having to zoom out and squint. I also love that it has a dedicated GPU, even though it's a low-end one. It's really nice since sometimes I review our videos, as I said earlier. It's not a perfect laptop, of course. It feels a bit plasticky, which they are obviously addressing, and I would like to see it get a more comfortable keyboard and a haptic trackpad. Neither of those are a deal breaker for me, but it's certainly no ThinkPad. More materially, the biggest issue for Josh and I both is their pricing. We had a really nice conversation with the LG folks, and they were very open to feedback, so we are hopeful to see these laptops positioned more reasonably among competitors in the future. This is a tough ask this year, considering all the RAM and storage price hikes, but hey, I can dream that this laptop could actually be affordable for me at some point. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point, but I hope I helped y'all understand what makes the Gram so unique and some of the big ways they're improving it this year. Get subscribed to stay up to date on all the new releases from CES and the upcoming unsponsored reviews of these devices in the coming months. If you're looking for a laptop right now and can't wait for all the CES releases, you'll be able to find some great deals if you use our website, bestlaptop.deals. We have a price tracker there so you can see if the laptop is at its best price and which retailer is selling it at that price. That's all from me. I hope y'all are enjoying our CES coverage and that you have a wonderful rest of your day.